Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Street Champs. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Rocky Mountain Blaze and Big Bear Wine and Liquor. Anything we're smoking, we got that right from Rocky Mountain Blaze. Anything we're sipping on, we got that straight from Big Bear. Yeah. All right, today we got entrepreneur and creative director Jacob Rivera in the house tonight. How you doing?
What up, man? I'm glad to be here.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
happy. I'm excited.
We're excited to have you.
Hell yeah.
We're really waiting for this. Because, first off, I don't even want to get into the name, Jacob the designer, but we'll get into that, bro. How you doing today?
Let's get into it. No, it's been a good day. It's a good day. It's what we're on Tuesday right now. We're good. We started off the week strong. Happy to be back. I'm back. I'm back at work, so I'm happy to be back at work. Happy to be here, and let's go.
Facts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, for the people that aren't familiar with you, just tell the people really quick what you do and who, like a 1 to 2 sentences.
1 to 2 sentences. Okay. Yeah. So I'm my profession. I'm working as a creative director at Wake Up Pueblo, 10X content marketing agency here in Pueblo, Colorado, founded by Matt Smith and Grant Cardone. I also have side business 14knames.com where we sell custom gold and silver nameplates. I also am a co-founder and co-director of Kick-Ass Film Festival here in Pueblo, Colorado, which is going down in March, by the way. Got to sign up, kickassfilmfest.com. And also a brand designer on the side, Rivera Creative Solutions. And yeah, I think that's about sums it up for the most part.
Hell yeah. So you got your hands in a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, and I need a little bit more.
Fuck yeah, I love that mentality.
Straight up.
Damn. My cat Zizi is just like sprawled out on the table, bro.
Love it.
I need that in my life.
Big part of this podcast right here.
Hell yeah. And we'll introduce, Daniel Ridgeway here too.
What's up? What's good?
Hell yeah. So, all right. So before we get into everything that you're doing now, we'll start from the beginning, like I love to do. Where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
I'm from right here, Pueblo, Colorado.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm about to be 26 years old, unfortunately. But I'm actually excited about it. I'm excited to hit 30, actually. So, not unfortunately.
Straight up.
Damn. Wait. I have this thought in my head that it's not recording on my phone. I just have to fucking get it off my chest. It's recording.
Oh, shit.
That's another thing. Your first 3, 4, 5 episodes, you're gonna be like, "Am I recording?" That's
Edit.
what happens to me.
Don't edit that out.
Right, straight up.
No, I'm definitely gonna edit that out.
I like my podcasts like I like my
Sex. Raw.
Oh, shit.
All right, Daniel. What was your question, brother? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I didn't have a question. Did
I thought you were gonna say
Maybe
something.
I did. I forgot, though.
Damn. Fuck. All right. So you're 26 years old. Came from Pueblo, Colorado. What side of town did you grow up on?
Technically, I grew up in Belmont, but I basically always said I'm from the east side. I've always hung out on the east side. My friends are always from the east side. So, graduate East High School. So, east side, what up?
East
Damn,
side.
Shout out to East Side.
Yeah.
Damn. I know there's a lot of politics on that side of town, bro. Did you ever get mixed up with that shit?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just kind of a part of growing up. But, I always say...
I don't know about for everyone.
No, you don't think so?
I was never in that shit. Were you in that shit?
Well, no.
What are we talking about here? We're talking...
In the east side?
We're just talking about...
Were you guys from the east side?
No. I grew up in the Mesa.
Okay.
Well, I did grow
I feel
up-
like everyone from the east side is what I meant.
Yeah, I grew up... I mean, before I moved to the county, I grew up somewhere pretty ghetto, but I didn't, ever get caught up with a gang or anything.
Yeah. Well, I was never part of a gang.
Yeah, okay.
Per se. But...
Allegedly.
But yeah, I mean, stuff like that just happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens around you.
Oh, yeah.
What clique were you hanging around with? What were they called?
What was what set were you repping?
I was not... I never repped the set. There was people I hung around with.
I feel what you're saying. Yeah.
There was... So, actually, I mean, reality is my brother grew up more in the gang life, which inevitably I was, how do you say it? Exposed to. So I knew a lot of people, and ultimately, I mean, you hang around with certain people, you get certain type of things happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
But definitely never was trying to be part of anything.
Right.
Ever. A lot of people from back when I was younger would associate me with what really is a music group, but was classified as a gang at a certain point in time was Crumbs to Bricks.
What was it?
Crumbs to Bricks.
I thought you were about to say ICP.
No.
I was like, oh no.
No. I mean, we were doing music stuff. I was a DJ. I was a graphic designer. I was a manager for them. But it just personal stuff happened and got kind of stupid and crazy.
Oh shit.
You were managing Crumbs to Bricks when you were how old?
That probably started I was about 18.
Wow. And how old were they?
Anywhere from like 23 to like 16 maybe.
Oh, wow.
Different artists. I was a DJ also, so I was technically part of the artist lineup too. But yeah, we were pretty young. We were for sure young.
Did you guys ever get in like big shows or anything?
Big shows, really? I mean, honestly, like what ended up happening with that was like, I wouldn't say we did any big shows, but what we did do that was successful was we were able to line up really close with Trev Rich and AP, who are basically
They call him AP.
They call him AP. At the time when I met him, it was just AP. But, I mean, they're basically the biggest artists in Colorado right now. So we did, shout out to them. Those guys are killing it. Go follow them. Go check them out if you haven't already. We did some music with Trev, and then we were supposed to do some music with AP. It never happened. But I was also I was a cameo in his video, which kind of like took him over the edge, which was Dead Weight, which was pretty quick. I mean, it was a glimpse of me in the background, but I was appreciative of it.
I can imagine you like. I mean, you were what part of Crumbs to Bricks then?
I don't want to say a part.
Oh, okay.
I don't like that phrasing.
You were managing.
I was managing and DJing and producing with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not a part of? What is it? Why not that phrasing?
Because that makes it sound like people try to classify it as a gang at the time.
Oh, facts. My bad.
So it's not a part of. You know what I mean? And anyone that was a part of that at the time, I used it, would say the same thing. Is that it wasn't a gang, but everybody else looking in that didn't really realize that kind of put us in that category, which I didn't like, and I still don't like.
Right.
Not the most proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, I could have. You don't want to run into Crumbs to Bricks where you guys beating other crews up.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, we had people that didn't like us. But I don't want to go too deep in that.
Right.
I
For sure.
mean, there was people that didn't care for us too much, and probably people that we didn't care for too much. And it was just a different mentality back then versus now. Like, if you knew me back then, there's a good chance you don't know me now. However, I mean, I always had like my mind and my focus was always the same, but back then it was just different.
Oh shit. So was that like your first encounter with like social media managing?
Yeah, for sure. Like we threw out our music on YouTube, IG, all that good stuff, and we had some pretty good traction. I think the one music video that I directed, we got like 46,000 views today, but I think we had like 24,000 back when it first dropped.
Oh shit.
Over the years, it's reached like 46, but I think it was like 24,000 in like the first month or two. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that was like my first experience. I don't know. Thinking back on it, like my first experience with marketing and social media, because I was also at the same time running my freelance business, Rivera Creative Solutions.
Oh, sure.
So I was doing marketing and branding for other people also. So this is something that I already knew, and I was also going to college for it at the time. So I didn't learn through that. It was definitely a learning experience, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what's up.
So did you rap?
No, I mean I tried my hand at it for sure.
Said he made beats. You made beats, right?
Yeah, I did beats, and then I DJ'd. I DJ'd a couple bars in here in town, and then I always had a hand in the production and the engineering side when they were making music. But no, I made a few songs, messing around. Never put anything out. Those live on my computer.
Still to this day.
To this day.
How many likes do we have to get for you to drop those?
Hey man, $100. Everything's for sale.
Oh hell yeah.
So
Hey, my PayPal.
So Rivera Solutions was like your first marketing.
Rivera Creative Solutions.
Creative Solutions.
Yeah, so I started that like pretty much fresh out of high school.
Oh shit.
I started that, and then at the time I was going to school for graphic design. And I still do that to this day. So you could go to riveracreativesolutions.com and hit me up. I just basically, at first it was like really kind of broad, like graphic design. I'd do anything. Now it's basically just logos and branding, which is kind of a whole monster on its own. But I only work with like certain people, so it's very exclusive at this point.
Yeah.
So all right. So going from crumbs to bricks, you were 21 years old. You said. Oh no, you were 18.
18, yeah. I mean, it probably that whole era of my life probably went through about 21, 22 years old.
22, for sure. And then when did you get like, I guess, out of that lifestyle? You said that you guys were classified a gang or whatever. You know, when did you start? What made you stop associating with that group?
It wasn't necessarily that I wasn't associating with them. The thing is, a lot of those people were my friends, like from childhood. Like these are friends I grew up with since we were little kids. So it's not like a matter of just like, oh, like I'm hanging with you guys. It was like we grew up together and we started doing that with the intention of making music, and then it just became just something stupid, honestly. So it was never like, oh, screw you guys, I don't want to talk to you guys ever again. I still talk to all of them, really. It was just, it became a point where I was like, hey, you gotta switch that mindset. You know what I mean? And the conversations changed. For me, in my personal life, the conversations changed. But really, I mean, the reality is a lot of those people are in jail or prison right now. So there's not, I mean, I still talk to some of them, but it's not the same.
The group kind of fell out in a way. Yeah,
for sure. 100%.
You were trying to go a more positive route, and they were still trying to get the street life.
I mean, with some people it's just, some people they just can't get away. Really, it doesn't just go away like that. But some people are in different situations where they don't. I don't think any of them wanted to be. They just were there. They had when you're in survival mode, you have to be survival mode. You have to be surviving. You know what I mean? So there's no choice at some point in time. Mm-hmm. For me, I mean, I made a drastic change in things, but I want to make the point too is that I always knew what my end goal was, even then. You know what I mean? I always knew like this is exactly where I'm gonna be in 5 years, 10 years. I just have to get through this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean,
you've always had like a 5 to 10 year plan.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've always been big on like, planning out for the future. Mm-hmm. And at the time, like I said, when you're in survival mode, you just have to get through it. So I was just getting through it, really. Mm-hmm. So.
For sure. So all right. So 21 till right after that, what did you get into?
Say that again.
Right after you turned 21, what did you get into?
Oh, well, so here's the thing. Is like, so I graduated high school 2014, went through college, PCC, got my associate's degree, went straight to CSU to get my bachelor's degree. After 21, I didn't graduate college. I didn't graduate CSU until I was 24. So I was in college for 6 years. I think that's my math's correct.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't do good in high school. So we're going into PCC. It took me 3 years to get an associate's degree, which should normally take 2. And then it took me a little bit longer to get my graphic design degree, my bachelor's degree, because, test scores weren't that awesome. So it takes a little longer when you don't do good in high school. So it took me a little bit longer. So back in 21, I mean, when I was 21 years old, I still was, the question was, what was I doing?
Yeah, like like a quick, what did you jump into right after you turned 21? After you left crumbs to bricks, like what did you get into right off the bat?
I mean, I was kind of on my own thing for a while. Yeah, a lot of those guys went to jail, and I was on my own thing. I even actually started to try my own music thing. I had a whole studio in my house and stuff.
Oh,
I had a
shit.
few artists, but it never worked out. We never even put a single thing out, I don't think. But it was cool. It was a cool learning experience too. I mean, really, at 21, I probably didn't shift gears until about 23. It's really when I shift gears. I was working at Pueblo School District 60 though for I worked for them for 5 years almost.
As a what?
Graphic designer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was actually part of their big rebrand.
I thought you were gonna say like fucking like teacher or bus driver, bro. I like you're on the bus like sit down, kids.
I could never do that. No, yeah, I was a graphic designer. I rebranded a couple schools, rebranded the whole entire district, and then I left. Well, actually, I got laid off during the COVID pandemic, which actually ended up being a blessing. So,
All right. That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's what's up.
Damn. All right. So
So you said you switched gears when you were 23. What happened then? You got laid off, or
no, I mean, it's hard to think back that far. No, I'm sounding old.
oh
But what's up?
oh I was like, because when you were 23, that wasn't when COVID happened though. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was like when I was 24,
Yeah.
2 years ago, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
24.
Yeah, I was 24 then. But honestly, like when I was 21, I was probably still not doing that great in my personal life. It's weird because I was not doing so great in my personal life, but I was excelling in my career very fast.
That's what's up.
I was in school, so I was about to graduate with my bachelor's. Already had my associate's degree at that time, but I still wasn't, like I said, doing that awesome in my.
What do you mean by your personal life wasn't excelling? Like you were just like caught up in the wrong shit?
Yeah, I mean it takes a while. It takes a while for things of the past to leave. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They linger.
Right.
So at that time they were still around. They were still a part of it. I'm in a part of my life now where they're completely gone, but at one point in time they were definitely around. Yeah, at 21 years old.
That's what's up.
I mean, that's young, you know what I mean? 21 years old. There's things happening at that time still.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So about your chain company, when did you get into making chains?
It's an awesome question. Love to talk about that. Actually, during COVID. So like my true real passion is branding and marketing. I eat, sleep, breathe that stuff. I could talk about it all day. I study it constantly. It's just in me. It's just what I love to do. So during COVID, like I said, I got laid off from being a graphic designer, and a couple months into that, I was like, I hate not being unproductive. I hate not being productive, and it just drives me nuts. So during that, I was like, what can I do? Like, what can I do with Rivera Creative Solutions to where I could maybe like promote, work with somebody to market them or brand them differently? What is it that I could do? And basically, no one wanted to. I got a lot of inquiries during COVID, which is weird. I think it's just because a lot of people had time to think about their business, their brand. So they're like, what can I do? Maybe I should call this guy and he could help me. But the thing was, I was very strict on charging a premium price. I didn't want to be your average designer, so I was like, you have to pay to play to get me. Is kind of my attitude about that. So a lot of people passed me up on you're too expensive, and that's okay with me. That was totally fine. But I craved the having the project and getting the
Being
success.
booked,
Yeah,
yeah.
So basically I was like, well, I make all these other brands sell product and I help them stand out. Why don't I do that for me?
Uh,
So I was like, okay, great. What can I do? So I started going down the list. My brother is big into jewelry. He actually does grills. So Lav's Lifestyle
He does
jewelry.
grills here in Pueblo.
Yeah.
That's fire. Right? I need that fucking Street Champs
Shit.
grill.
Yeah.
Fuck
He
yeah.
worked at he worked at Mile High Jewelers in Denver for a while, and then at the time he wasn't working with them anymore, and so I knew a lot about jewelry. I've always been a fan of jewelry my whole life since we were little kids. We always had chains on and stuff.
You put the tin foil on. You put the gum wrapper on your teeth.
Oh, definitely
like
not.
a little badass kid, bro.
Definitely
what
not.
I'm
But we
talking
always
about?
had chains like when I was younger. I always had like 5 chains on, watches, everything, like that. Like you could still see some of that, like my Gucci gold frames and stuff. But
Gee, right now.
yeah, but
Subtle flex. Subtle
the
flex.
not a
Jewelry.
flex at all.
The
But-
jewelry.
yeah. So anyway, I was like, I know a little something about jewelry. So name necklaces is something I always thought was very cool because it was like something that's custom to a customer and it's different for everybody, right? And something that everybody likes, but not everybody could get from. You can't just like who knows where to get that right now.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So I was like, cool, I'll start that company. And honestly, it was like kind of a joke to me. I was like, I really just wanted to like create a website and creative branding to keep in my portfolio to like keep fulfilling that passion of mine. But then I got really serious about it and I was like, hey, what if I hit up this company that I've bought one of those necklaces from before, and I was like, what if I try to strike a deal with them? So I hit them up and I was like, hey, I own this company. Here's my domain, 14knames.com, and I want to make jewelry. I want to make this type of jewelry. Can you guys help me? And basically they came back with, we offer you a wholesale price at this price, and we'll be your jewelers, basically. We'll be your suppliers on jewelry. So I was like, cool, great. Created a website, did it, and really, honestly, I was pretty successful up until I got hired at Wake Up. Hate the excuse, but ever since then, I've been really busy to run it. But I'm going to kick it back into gear now.
Hell yeah.
That's one of my plans. Actually, I think I have it on my list of goals for tonight.
Oh, shit.
Is to launch some advertisements because Valentine's Day is coming up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, if you're looking for something, for your lady, you need to get your name printed out on a gold necklace and put it around her neck. It's only about $50. If you want a 14 karat gold, it's about $200. Best prices guaranteed. 14knames.com.
Oh,
Always
shit.
promoting.
Oh, shit.
How many letters can you do? What if it's like a big ass name?
Up to 12. So
Oh, shit.
it's pretty big names. After that, it's like that's kind of complicated.
Yeah, my name's like fucking like, what's the longest name? I don't even know. Like Timothy. I don't even know.
I've had a few names that went all the way up to 12, and I was like, like this is gonna be scary, but it went all the way up to 12. So
Nice. Yeah.
Damn, I just put a diamond on this joint and it just fucking fell off. Shout out Rocky Mountain Blaze, man, keeping us high as fuck. We're smoking on some.
Mining out the diamonds.
Exactly, on some Grim Bastard by Cushmas. Mention Street Champs at Rocky Mountain Blaze and get 5% off your entire order.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's real.
At Rocky Mountain Blaze?
Yeah, Rocky Mountain Blaze.
Nice.
I know you don't smoke, but if you do some edibles or whatever.
Since you're indulging, I'm gonna indulge also.
That's what's up.
Hey, these guys right here, I support them. Support Pueblo, support local. Manpaw. Drink Manpaw.
Drink, man.
I am not sponsored by them.
Just a shout out. We fucks with Pueblo people.
Yeah, I love Pueblo.
Hell yeah. I eat, sleep, and kill Pueblo. Wait, what? No.
What, kill?
Wait, what? No, I'm just kidding.
It's for a different
You have
pod.
to cut that out.
But all right, so let's get back on topic. So about these gold necklaces, man. So it sounds like you're kind of wanting to get into really anything that I don't know. It sounds like you're not afraid to get into anything, I guess.
No, I always say I'm a hoe for money. So whatever's
You're a hoe for money.
Yeah, if everything has a price. So if it's making money, I want to be a part of it, guaranteed. And actually, I really have a real passion of helping people grow their business lately, to where I just like, hey, whatever it is you do, whatever it is you sell, let's talk about. I want to help you somehow, some way. Mm-hmm. That's kind of been a passion of mine lately.
Straight up. Have you ever watched Nathan For You?
I haven't even heard of that. What is that?
No? Oh shit! It's a comedy show where he goes to failing businesses and he tries to help them, but like he just gives them really bad ideas. It's funny as hell. You'd like it.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
All right, so getting into Wake Up Pueblo.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Oh, that's one of my favorite stories too. So during COVID, like I said, I was laid off, had a lot of time on my hands. I started following Grant Cardone, and I just digged his videos. Ralph Jump, I think I saw the first video. He was burning a couple $100, a fat stack of money. He was like
on fire.
Yeah, he lit it on fire, and he's telling the camera, "Don't be a little bitch. Like, go out there and create your own life. If you want success, you gotta go get it. You gotta work hard. Don't be a little bitch." He's like, "This money ain't nothing to me because I'm rich now, because I went out there and got it for me." And it was just a video I saw on Instagram, like an ad or something. And I was like, that dude's cool. Went and followed him. Started indulging in all of his content, podcast, Instagram, Facebook, everything. Just really dig his style and what he had to say.
The Cardone zone.
Yeah. Have you checked him out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so super inspirational stuff, helpful, educational. Well, funny thing is, the whole time I'm listening to his podcast, he's here in Pueblo. I didn't know it. But literally I'm going through his 10X like challenge, I think it was called. 10X challenge, where for 6 days he challenged you to do something, and he had little workshops, and he would go live at 3:00 every day to talk about it and educate people on whatever it was. It was mostly mindset stuff. And this was like just towards the end of the whole like 1 year of COVID, where I wasn't getting unemployment no more. So I went into this job as a product photographer at an auction house in Pueblo West. And I was basically just taking photos every day of product. But I was watching him on my phone every day. As I worked, boss hated it, but I didn't really care because love them. They're great people, but I knew that was only like temporary. And it's crazy because the news came out from the Pueblo Chieftain that Grant Cardone was in town filming Undercover Billionaire. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is like how. I've been listening to his podcast every night. I've been taking his courses. He's been going live every day at 3. How did I miss this? There's no way. He's right under my nose, and I've been following him religiously at that time. And it was crazy. So I asked a couple people about it. No one knew about it. And then I knew there was a lot of people at the event because I saw the videos. But somehow, Tyler loves this, but somehow I didn't get invited, which I think is bullshit because it's like, why didn't I get invited? But anyway, Grant Cardone went live on Twitter, and it was like the day after the news came out. So I commented on there. It was a Q&A, and I commented on there probably about 6 times, honestly. And I kept saying, I'm from Pueblo, Colorado, heard the great news. How does a 10Xer like me get involved? And I copy and pasted that about 6 times in his feed. And he finally saw it, and he was like, he read it, and he was like, hey, Jacob, you need to go see Matt Smith. Go see Matt. He'll hook you up at a job at Wake Up Pueblo. And I was like, cool, Started calling people, hey, who's Matt Smith? Apparently, like, everyone knew who he was, because after my 3rd phone call, my auntie was like, yeah, I know Matt. I went to school with him. Here's his email or whatever. And I sent him a video of me talking about my skill set and a portfolio of my work. And basically, I went in there had an interview. And what's crazy is I also interviewed at Parkview Medical for marketing director the same day. And I felt super confident about that. I was like, I'm going to have to choose between both jobs, you know. But I definitely wanted to go with Wake Up just because I knew the upside. And I wanted to be a part of that Grant Cardone 10X stuff. And friggin' Parkview called me and they were like, hey, we went with someone else. And I was just like sad, man. I was like, dang. And it had already been 2-3 weeks since I interviewed with Matt, so I didn't think they were calling me back. And then literally after, like, Parkview called me, I went and took a shower, came out. So like 10-15 minutes later, Matt calls me up and he's like, hey, can you come down here? And I was like, bet. I told my work, the photography job, I was like, hey, I can't come in today. I went to Wake Up and I was like, I'm here. Worked there ever since.
Oh shit, that's what's up.
Yeah. I mean, they gave, this is a funny story. They gave me the job and then they were like, hey, just so you know, we're going to go on vacation somewhere. I told them like, hey, I want to make sure that I leave this job in the correct way and respectfully give them at least a week's time before I leave them. And he's like, okay, that's cool. Well, we're going to go on vacation anyway to Florida. I'm like, all right, cool. And then when they came back, I came back on like a Tuesday for my first day at Wake Up, and they all came back and they were like, yeah, we went to Florida. We went to Grant Cardone's facility and this and that. And I'm like, dang, are you kidding me? I was like, I could have went, and out of respect for, anyway, I'll meet him. I mean, like I said, I was talking to him on Clubhouse. I've met him on FaceTime, but I'll go down there and see him again eventually.
Hell yeah.
So that's a long story for a short response, but that's how that happened.
For sure. Tyler's showing, you said Tyler loves that story because Tyler actually went to the Grant Cardone University in Miami, Florida, and, you know, rubbed fucking elbows with all those people.
Yeah.
He told me some cool stories about that. But, all right, so as far as that goes, you know, when you're talking to Grant Cardone via Clubhouse or Zoom or whatever the hell it is, you know, however you're talking to him, you know, what are some of the gems? Like, what's one gem he's left you with that you'll just never forget?
That's a good point. You know, I'll say two things. However, he never said it to me specifically. Well, you know what? 3 things. I'll say 3 things. One of the things is on Clubhouse about 2 weeks ago, he was talking about, I don't know if you saw the Undercover Billionaires show. Did you watch it?
Yes. So
there's an episode where he asks Matt for $10,000, and Matt writes him the check. There's actually a lot of that got edited out of that conversation. I actually took a few meetings before Matt agreed to that. But I asked him about it.
I mean, obviously, you're not going to give a random guy $10,000,
right?
But
And he was talking about it, and I said, hey Grant, what do you think? Like, you're telling me you were nervous. He said he was scared to ask Matt for that $10,000. He actually said that he was gonna ask for 1,000, but just before it came out of his mouth, he was like, you got to 10x that shit. So he asked for 10,000 because that's his whole thing, the 10x rule, 10x everything. So he ended up asking for 10,000.
That's cap.
You think it's cap?
That's cap.
Well, he says that's what he said it was, and he said he was scared. He said he was nervous to ask Matt for the money. So I was like, well, you know, what's the difference? Like, I'm sure you've gone into meetings as Grant Cardone and been like, hey, I want $10 million, and felt pretty confident about it and probably got it. I was like, so what's the difference between asking for $10,000 as Louis Curtis and $10 million as Grant Cardone? And he's like, I want all you guys to understand right now that I'm scared in every single deal I go to. And majority of the time I lose my deals. He's like, I'm not immune to losing. He's like, I lose probably 6 times for every one time I win in a pitch meeting like that. He's like, I'm always scared. I'm always nervous that I'm going to drop the ball. He's like, but that's just the name of the game. You know what I mean? And you got to be like that. So, I mean, that's one thing that stood out to me where it was like, okay, wow, like here I am thinking he's like an invincible salesman that's super confident, but he goes into every meeting the same way, scared just like me. You know what I mean? So I dig that. Another thing he says in the 10X rule in his book, which I really dig on, is he says you will either be utilized in this life as a tool to help somebody else achieve their dreams, or you could go ahead and make your own dreams for yourself. You only have two options: to be utilized as a tool or to do it for yourself. What do you want to do? So that's something else that stuck out with me. When I'm driving with Matt, I always pick his brain on this when it's just me and him. And I'm like, Matt, what's, like, drop some knowledge on me, bro. Like, you spent 90 days with dude, or, 90 days with Grant Cardone. Like, drop some knowledge. And one thing he told me that Grant told him was, look, Matt, you have the same exact problems as me. Every day, we have the same exact problems. The only difference is I have another zero on my bank account than you do. A few more bank accounts. So you might as well make it worth it. Make those problems worth it. Because everybody in this life has issues. Everyone has a problem, a challenge that they go through. You might as well add some zeros to the end of the bank account.
I mean, yes, that sounds great, but do you think that's just superficial billionaire bullshit? Because, like, yeah, he could spit all this knowledge to himself, but he doesn't have the same problems as a person fucking living paycheck to paycheck that's fucking has diabetes. They can't even afford their insulin. Like, he doesn't have that same shit, you know. But it sounds nice, you know, to the listeners' ears, but like, and I'm somewhat falling for it, but like, the real skeptic in me, the real person in me is like, this is not achievable for everyone, you know. You know, they say you just said you can chase your dreams or you can help someone else achieve their dreams. Like, I think someone would fight for a middle, you know, like some people just want to live.
Yeah, that's true. Some people do just want to.
Well, yeah, it shouldn't be that way, but it kind of is.
But you'll see though, like you could. I mean, you should really honestly never compare, because that's just doing all bad.
Right.
But like, I think the misconception is that all these people don't have issues. They might not have the same issues, like you said. They could definitely afford that heart surgery or whatever it might be, hardship, but they still go through issues just like everybody. They're not invincible just because they have money. And I think, like, I'm not saying I've met a ton of them, but I met a lot of millionaires this year. And what I could say is, like, they all go through depression, stress, family issues, challenges in relationships, just like everybody else. Granted, it's easier to get through a lot of problems with money, but when you have a lot more money, you have a lot more money to shove out to other things also. So it almost balances out. I mean, but I don't know. I haven't been there. That's just my opinion of what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I could be totally wrong.
Totally. Yeah. Money doesn't solve everything.
Yeah, no way. No way. There's so many other problems. You know what I mean? That, like I said, personal relationships, you could never fix that with money.
That's kind of what he was saying, though, is that like, he may have another zero to his problems, but they're still feel just the same as anyone else's problems. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, I mean, really, that, like, what I take away from that is just, like, I'm stressed out. I'm depressed sometimes. Sometimes I'm sad, like, just like you, just like anybody in this world. But I might as well be rich about it. You know what I mean? I might as well be stressed out about losing 10 million on an investment and be stressed about that, rather than be, you know, stressed out about
not being able
$1,000 investment, whatever. You know what I mean? That's just how I took that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think definitely everyone's gonna take that differently, but I'm gonna definitely take that type of information and be like, motivation.
Yeah, I see that, and I think, like, well, like, even at the mountaintop, it, you know, probably doesn't feel much different than, like, when you're just climbing the mountain. You know what I mean? That's kind of what he's saying.
That's the funny thing too, is, like, you'll see, like with a lot of fast-paced entrepreneurs, no matter how rich they are, their problems never stop because they create new problems all the time. And if you're not creating new problems, this is something else I learned from him. But if you're not creating new problems, then you're obviously stagnant. And a lot of those people are high-functioning individuals that they never allow that to happen. They always create a new problem for themselves. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So they just continue to evolve that way, and it always feels like something fresh, something new, some type of new challenge for them. And they get a rush out of that. You know what I mean? There's some people that do, some people that don't. But I know for a fact, out of all the people that I've met that are fast-paced entrepreneurs, they continually throw themselves in that situation. They're not like, oh, wow, I'm a millionaire. I could stay right here and stay comfortable and be good. They're just like, I'm going to throw myself and risk it all again. And then they're in the same exact fight as from when they were just barely risking a couple dollars that they had. Because now they're risking all their money again. It's just a larger amount.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what I'm observing from people. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah. All right. So you said there was a second one. What was the second one?
The second one,
I think that was the second one.
that was the second one. There was the tool being utilized as a tool. The adding zeros, which we were talking about.
Yeah. To your problems.
What was the other one?
Basically, your problems might as well be rich people problems.
That was the second one.
Yeah.
The first one was about being used as a tool.
Yeah.
Third one, I can't remember. Rewind it back. I can't remember what I said.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Oh, being scared. Being scared in the boardroom.
Yeah. That was the second one.
Being vulnerable, being scared, yeah. That's the, yeah.
Damn. Yeah. I think people are really gonna want to know, like, pieces of advice from a person that's already done it. Especially coming from Pueblo, people from small towns like this, they're hungry for success, and they just want to know what it feels like mentally to be successful. So it's good to hear that from someone.
Yeah, for sure. Guaranteed. And like I said, like Matt's the same way. He's from Pueblo. He's successful. Well, but like anyone you ask, they're gonna be like, well, what's your measurement of success?
What is yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
Well, cliche here, but always number one, you want to be happy, you want to be healthy. But I definitely have a certain number in my mind where I'm like, I need to make that much money.
How much is it?
But so let's put it this way. My measurement of success is this. If when I leave this earth, when I die, my grandkids, I don't even have kids right now, but if my grandkids could live a life better than mine and not struggle and when I say not struggle, it doesn't mean that they get handouts, but that they understand finances, they understand business, and that they're going to be able to make their own lives for them because I left them the blueprint.
The knowledge.
The knowledge and the blueprint because I taught their parents that and they're going to pass that down. I could revolutionize, I could change the entire trajectory of my family name for years to come after I left this earth. So my true measurement of success is that my grandkids should be set. You know what I mean? And if they're not set, then I probably haven't done what I need to do in this life. Is how I feel. That's my measurement of success.
Have you heard that they say, might be off on the number here, but roughly like 80% of wealth is lost within the first generation after it's developed?
Oh yeah, guaranteed. A lot of kids don't want to pass. They don't. Someone creates a freaking whatever store, that creates $1 million a year, $10 million a year. The kid never wants it. They never want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
That's why I said I don't want to leave them my business. I want to leave them the knowledge that they could do their own thing. I don't want them to live my life. I want them to live their life. You know what I mean? But it's shame on me if I don't leave them with the knowledge. So I need to set them up for success, and that's my success.
Hell yeah, man. That's powerful. I think anyone wants that for themselves, and if you don't, you're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I don't know. Is that far down the line on? I wonder that myself. Is that far down the line on everyone's mind?
No, I don't think most people. I think most people are more selfish than that.
Yeah, that's true.
If they're
That's
really
true.
honest with themselves,
That's true.
they're like, I just want to live a good life, and maybe my kids.
That's true. For sure. I think everyone has that star mentality that one day they're going to be a millionaire.
You think everyone does?
I think so.
Not everyone. Well, a lot of people think like they're gonna win like the lottery or something.
I think every musician or rapper thinks, yo, I'm gonna make it. Yo, just
True.
you're sleeping on me. Give me a year, and they hate on it, and like, or like every streamer's like, yo, I'm the next.
Not every.
I don't know.
Most is fair.
Yeah, you know.
I'm gonna say like,
Every jeweler's like, I'm the next Ben Baller.
but if you don't even have that mentality, you shouldn't even start.
Right.
Mm.
It's kind of like if you don't have that mentality about something, like what's like you have no purpose, kind of in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Most of the
how you gonna, if you can't believe that you're gonna be the best in the world, then you shouldn't even start nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well-
Whoever went on a venture to be the mediocre. I mean, but
You don't have to want to be the very best, but
honestly,
but you want to get better. You always want to progress. You always have an idea that I could have this potential. You know.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people in this life that are really satisfied with living,
Yeah.
very small, you know, and very
True. Yeah.
normal, and that's okay. You know, that's their thing.
Yeah.
There's also other people that are just like, I would love to be middle class, and that's okay with them, and that's okay. You know, just everyone has their own different goal, their own different measurement of success,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Hell yeah, for sure. Yeah, Daniel, what's your measurement of success?
It's a good question because I don't know if I want to have kids. I don't think I do. I don't want to raise a kid.
No,
I just want to be an uncle. I'm already an
Hell
uncle.
yeah.
So.
cool gay uncle.
I'm not gay. But except in the back room with Street Champs. But well, I'd love to set my niece and nephew up and whatever else kids my brother and sister will probably have. I'd love to set them up, but I don't know. I'd love to live just like in a cabin in the woods and not have to work a 9 to 5. That'd be success to me.
Damn, you wouldn't come here anymore.
No, I'd come here. I'd come here.
Yeah, this isn't work. This is fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's fire. Yeah, I guess my measurement of success is somewhere in between both of yours. Like, I don't know if I want to live in a cabin in the woods, but like, you know, I kind of like the go-getter mentality, like something like he's saying, but I don't want to. Like, I don't know. You know, it's somewhere in between for sure.
Yeah.
I think everyone is different, so yeah, it's kind of interesting to ask people what they think of because some people just want to live in a van by the river.
Yeah,
It's true.
not a van. Yeah,
I think some
but
people
like,
do.
A lot of people do that.
I feel what you're saying because I feel like even if you have like $1 billion, to me, if you have to work like 80 hours a week, like that's not success. Like I'd rather work less, make less if I'm still living decently.
100%.
Yeah.
There's some people like I mean, look at like doctors, right? They work their asses off.
True.
Way more than 40 hours a week. You're talking 60 to 80 hours a week. Probably more than that. I don't know how many hours in a week. Don't quote me on that. but they make a lot of money, sure, but do they even have the time to spend it? And when they spend it, do they enjoy it?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like,
It's kind of an altruistic, yeah. Like
I would never go for that.
to help people. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Japanese proverb. I think it's called hikaji. It's like a 5-circle Venn diagram.
Ikigai.
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you already know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
you already be knowing. Yeah.
Ikigai.
Ikigai. I said it all wrong. I'm fucking retarded. Yeah, you already know. So I'm all try. You don't know about it?
Nuh-uh.
All right. So explain it to this guy. This guy knows it. This guy knows it.
I don't know shit about Japan.
So it's hentai. It's like hentai, but bigger boobs.
Hentai.
Yeah, I'm only familiar with hentai. Explain it to me. Relate it to hentai, though.
Related to hentai, let me think. No, I can't do that. Yeah, like you said, there's 4 circles in a diagram, but there's passion, there's purpose, there's money, and
There's like what the world needs.
what the world needs.
Oh, shit.
And when you have all 4 of these things come together, that's your purpose in life.
And it's a kaji.
Ikigai.
Ikigai. I said a kaji. I like a kaji better.
Mine's better, yeah.
Yeah. Ikigai. I like to say it as an American. What did I say? I don't even know what the
Ikigai or something?
Yeah. Ikaji.
Yeah.
Ikaji.
But I mean, that's how you could find like your passion or your purpose in life, because everyone needs money, and you also want to do something that makes you happy. You also want to do something that serves a purpose to the world. And you also want to do something that makes you feel valuable.
Right.
All 4 of those things is your ikigai.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hard. That's hard as fuck.
Yeah. Shout out Japanese people.
Straight up.
Shout out to Hey, shout out to I'm gonna shout out Chris Doe. That's one of my content creators on YouTube that
Japanese?
taught me that. He is Japanese.
Stop Asian hate.
Straight up.
But no, he's on point. If you want to learn more about Ikigai, look up the future Ikigai. AKAGI. I watched that video like 4 or 5 times.
How long is it?
He has an hour version and a 3-minute version, so whichever one you want.
So
Oh,
you
shit.
need a 3-minute version 5 times. 15 minutes of content. That's fire.
100%.
Damn. All right. So back to your life.
Yeah.
So all right. So what about now? Like, what can we find? Jacob the designer doing on a regular basis
On a regular basis.
when you're not working.
So, yeah, I mean, I work the plain old 9 to 5. I usually end up getting off at 6 just because I work a little bit extra. And that's really for my obsessive nature of like getting something done. But then I have a pretty set routine right now at the moment where I go home, I cook a healthy dinner, hopefully, and not always, but hopefully. I fail sometimes. I'm gonna keep it real. And I listen to an audiobook the entire time I cook, the entire time I eat, and then when I'm done, I wash the dishes and I clean my house, and the entire time I'm listening to an audiobook, and then I work out, which sometimes I audiobook or I just jam music depending on how I feel, and then I need to go to sleep. So that's something new I've been doing is I need a lot of structure. By 11 I should be in bed because I don't sleep well, so I'm trying to focus on that. 9 o'clock I should be already done with my workout, or I better get started. My whole entire day is planned out by the hour.
Wow.
Which is I leave 1 hour for myself. So there's 1 hour. I gotta disclaim that I have 1 hour within that where I'm like, I could do whatever I want in this hour. Sometimes it's something productive like doing my laundry, or sometimes it's productive as me watching the Rams beat the Cardinals last night, or sometimes it's me working on 14K names or Kick-Ass Film Fest, whatever. So I always carve out that 1 hour
1 hour to work on your business.
on my own self.
Wow.
Good point to that, because that's not enough time.
No.
So what my challenge is right now is that really, if I sleep at 11 o'clock at night, I have a hard time falling asleep. But if I lay down at 11 o'clock and I'm able to fall asleep before 12, I don't work till 9. I should be fully capable to wake up by 6:30. If I wake up by 6:30, I have another hour or two
It's
to
early as
work.
fuck.
Yeah, so I have another hour or two to work on my own businesses. So that equals out to about 3 hours a day that I could put into my own businesses, which is really pretty nice of what I need. So that's my challenge lately.
Mm-hmm.
Is can I wake up earlier so that I could put more in. I got to be rewarded for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I reward myself with more free time by waking up early.
Yeah, but also tying back into what you were saying, you could either be the person that's making your dreams happen, or you could be making someone else's dreams happen.
100%.
You're working 9 to 5 at Wake Up Pueblo. Whose dreams are those?
So let me tell you about that. So every single salary or hourly paying job in my life has always been looked at as stepping stone, including Wake Up Pueblo. It's a stepping stone to get where I want to be. So, for example, with Wake Up Pueblo, we're a startup, so the pay is under market value. That's honestly true. And there's a lot of different advantages and disadvantages. For example, one of the advantages is I'm able to move up in a company a lot faster than normal because we're a startup, because we're short-staffed, because there's a lot of focus. The CEO is inside the building, where in other companies the CEO is already long gone. So I'm able to move up faster. So, for example, one of my goals going into college as a graphic designer was I want to be a creative director. And I set that goal based on when I would look. So I would be obsessed with this goal, and I would look up at Indeed.com, creative director, and I would look all over the country who paid the most and what was their experience level. And almost all of them needed 5 years plus experience at any marketing or branding agency. I was able to become a creative director with 1 year agency, and that's because I work where I work. And I do what I do very well. My point to that is that I'm able to prestige in my career faster, much faster there, even though I'm taking a pay cut, and even though I'm living someone else's dream, I'm able to prestige faster. And when I leave there, I'm gonna be able to put in for a job that pays $100,000 plus. And when I do that, I'll be able to raise enough capital to then fulfill my dream. So, yes, for the moment, I'm helping somebody else live their dreams. I've actually heard that a lot this year. Like, hey, you helped me fulfill my dream. But I'm fulfilling mine too. I have a small stepping stone in that, and it's all calculated strategically from the beginning. Even with my graphic design job at D60, I thought of it the same way. I truly think of every paying job as a stepping stone to where I need to go later.
Definitely, yeah. That's a great way to look at it, you know? And, like, I don't mean to, like, you know, just be, like, backlashing everything you say, but, like, I think the audience is really gonna, you know, I like to ask the questions that I would be thinking, you know. As
I didn't feel no type of way. Because I would be lying if I didn't say I asked myself the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Think about what you're doing real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I've always seen it that way, so.
Totally. You know, as far as your social media footprint, like, what kind of pages are you running? Do you have a YouTube?
No YouTube at the time. That'd be cool though.
Yeah.
YouTube would be cool. Definitely, like I was telling you before we started, want to get into the podcast, but right now I'm just on Instagram, Facebook, and Clubhouse. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we didn't talk about the podcast really much on camera. Can we get into it? You want to talk about it on camera?
Yeah, we could get into it.
All right, so give us a little breakdown on that.
You forced me to like really do it, which I love.
Straight up.
It's a real challenge now. So hey,
Want to roll up another one?
If I don't have a podcast out in 3 weeks from when do you usually air?
Oh fuck.
Takes a minute.
Yeah, this one's gonna, you know, there's been some ahead of you, so it's gonna come out in like 3-4 weeks.
Okay, if I if I don't have a podcast by the time this podcast comes out, then I'm gonna be upset with myself. But I've been thinking of a podcast lately. I was talking to Deryk before this about some advice because I'm torn between doing branding and marketing type of podcast, and on the other side doing an entrepreneurship, leadership, management podcast, which I would call, you know, a lot of different CEOs and leaders that I've met throughout my life to talk about how they took the leap and a gamble of life on into getting into whatever business they are into now.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. We were talking off camera. Your idea sounded like taking the leap. I really love that. It sounds, you know, because I don't know. Everyone wants it, but no one knows where to start.
Right.
Straight out.
Yeah.
You ever been skydiving?
I can't because I have a collapsed lung.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking asshole.
We were talking about that off cam.
It's like a disability, huh?
It could be. Like, for example, they won't allow me to be a part of the military. I can't deep sea dive and I can't skydive, and that's about it.
Fuck.
Those are 3 things I can't do.
Damn.
Yeah.
Can you blow up a balloon?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty good. You know, I still run every day and I feel good. Sometimes I get winded, but
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you can blow up a balloon and blow out a candle, you'll be good.
yeah. And a few other things like breathe. You know.
Facts. That's always a plus in life.
What about like a 14 like K like hike?
14K. What the fuck?
Dude, I have no desire to do that.
You're right. Yeah, you're like, I don't give a fuck.
I have no desire to do that. The incline, none of that.
Oh, no?
I run for the purpose of getting my running for the day, and that's it.
Straight up.
Hell yeah.
And I don't want to seem like a big old liar. I'm on like day 7 of being consistent on that.
Yeah.
It's not like I do this all the time.
Oh shit.
I would just challenge myself.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what's up.
Hell yeah. Day 7, 4 weeks from now. So like.
Yeah,
day
4
like-
weeks from now, I better
Yeah,
be on
exactly.
day 30
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
for sure.
All right. So as far as let's get back into it. Future endeavors. What can the people look forward to? What can they be expecting?
I mean, we have, like at Wake Up, like I said, it's a very dynamic place that we're working in. We have the Undercover Billionaire Boot Camp coming in March, which would be 2 months from today.
I thought it was in February.
You're right, February. Sorry.
This guy. This fucking guy.
I got it confused with the film festival.
Oh.
Sorry. So, Undercover Billionaires, March 25th. You get tickets for that, Undercover Billionaire bootcamp.com. Where we're gonna be,
Shut up, Grandpa.
talking. Yeah, you gotta stay promoting.
So what is that? Because I don't really know what that
Okay.
is. Yeah.
Our CEO Matt Smith is gonna basically give the rundown on how him and Grant Cardone built Wake Up in 42 days and went from $0 to $5.5 million in 42 days.
Oh shit.
So he's going to give the breakdown on that. The TV show on Discovery Channel did not show all the lessons. They're all about entertainment. So there was a lot of educational stuff that happened that wasn't on air that Matt believes needs to be on air. So that's what this event is, basically. He's also, the 4 chapters of it is basically building a launch pad, which goes into what is it that you need to be doing in order to seize opportunity, because there's no such thing as luck. That you have to be a certain type of prepared for when the opportunity presents itself to be able to take the chance. And that's what Matt was when Cardone walked into his office. The second part is taking massive action. That's basically what they did, building the business in 42 days. How and why they did that. After that is the art of the pivot, and something I've learned from him is, being able to pivot through entrepreneurship. I mean, he started a business in the middle of COVID, and this billionaire guy, Grant Cardone, gave him the business and then said, "Peace, I'm out." It's like, what do you do, right? What do you do next? So we're going to talk about that, and then finally we're going to talk about the conversion hack, which is basically content marketing. If you're putting out content on social media, it's a lot easier for you to close deals, close sales in a meeting, because everybody knows your name already, because they already saw you on Instagram, YouTube, etc. So those are the things we're going to talk about. We're going to have some guest speakers like RJ Messenger. He was on Undercover Billionaire Season 1 with the billionaire Glenn Stearns. He's been a crazy entrepreneur since. Some people like Ken Jocelyn. He's a big part of EXP, and he has a scaling, like a coaching business also. Joel Burr, he's a marketing president. And then there's also like Mia, who's our director of strategy, and Eric Thompson, who is a executive business coach and our president of operations at Wake Up. So all those people are going to be speaking, other than Matt, telling the whole story. So that's Undercover Billionaire in a nutshell.
Long story medium.
Yeah. But other than that, we got right after that, we got the Kick-Ass Film Festival, which is, this will be the second annual, where we challenge filmmakers for 72 hours to write, film, and edit a short film up to 8 minutes long. And then we give out some kick-ass awards of, best film, best director, best actor, best actress, editor, etc. and we show it on our big screen at Wake Up Pueblo. 150 seats.
So when is that one?
That is going to be March 26th.
Oh shit.
Any filmmaker could register right now on kickassfilmfest.com.
How much is it to register?
Right now, it's $50 for everyone who registered the first year and $75 for any newcomers. After a certain point in time in March, it's going to go up to $100 for everybody. So get your registration right now if you're a filmmaker.
So it's for like groups, or is it just one person?
So we've had people that submit films and they're one-man team. We've had other teams that are like 8 people on the team.
Okay, yeah.
So it
But
just depends.
It's still 50 people or $50 for a
Yeah.
team, though. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you get all your friends together, pitching $5, you're good. Or you be one-man show and pay $100, $75.
Huh.
Yeah.
Let's get in that shit.
Hell yeah! What's the typical films you're getting?
So we actually, when you register, there's a specific date which it starts because it's 72 hours. It's timed. So what we do is the day of, right at 9 a.m. on a Friday, we give you a genre, a prop, a character, and a line of usage, line of dialogue. And you have to incorporate all 4 of those things into your film. That's the way we know that they didn't make this film 2 years ago and it's perfected. This is how we know that they're going to make the film right then and there in 72 hours. You have to turn that film in 72 hours on the dot, no exceptions, no excuses. So we're going to have genres, all types of different genres involved in it. It's very random.
Okay, so everybody gets something different?
Everyone gets something different. So you're going to see, when you go into the film fest as a spectator to watch the films, you'll see an action followed by a comedy, followed by a romance, followed by a drama. You know, it continually stays different.
What's the prize?
The prizes? We have, I know for the Kick-Ass Award, which is basically best film, it's the best award. It's 1,000 or 1,500. Don't quote me. It might be one of those. And then the audience choice is 500 or 1,000 for the audience choice. Then we have every single person gets an award. They get this glass trophy, a certificate, and we give them, most of them, we give them a software or some type of prize. Last year we gave out some softwares, some filmmaker softwares that cost up to $300, $500 that we just gave it away. They were our sponsors. And we gave away a GoPro Hero 9, a bunch of different things. So it's a lot. We make sure we give out some good prizes because most film festivals just give you a certificate and they say, hey, congratulations. And we don't think that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, fucking this guy right here writes some really good.
Hey man, you better
stories,
join the
bro.
film festival.
I need to find a team because I just write.
All right. Glad you brought that up. Okay, so we have another event, February 12th, the Friday or Saturday, February 12th, called the Meet and Greet and the Pueblo Showcase. So what we do there is, say you're a writer or an actor, makeup specialist, whatever, and you don't have a team but you want a team. You go to the Meet and Greet, and there's a bunch of other people that are just like you.
Oh, shit.
And they'll recruit you on a team, or people that already have a team and they're like, hey, we don't have a writer, want to be a part of our team.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's the whole purpose of the Meet and Greet. And then also we have local filmmakers submit their films that we show for free. Well, I mean, it's $10 to submit a film, but we show it on our screen in front of the whole audience for free. So it's a good way to just show off and network. If you're in the film community or want to be in the film community, Meet and Greet's where you need to be.
That's what's up. All right,
Yeah.
I'll check that shit out.
Yeah, for sure. Now I'm expecting both of you guys there.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you better come too.
I'll be on this guy's team.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
If this guy's gonna
Already,
be kicking, I'll
let's
support him.
go.
We're a team package.
Yeah,
Let's go.
super gay. But that's awesome, man. Like Pueblo really needs more creative stuff like that for
Fuck
sure.
yeah.
More outlets
Yeah.
to.
Um, I guess we kind of went off subject. To your point, more future stuff. Those are 2 of the big events that I'm focused on right now. Other than that, got the podcast coming. I committed today, live, not live, but on the podcast. So it better be out by the time this airs. The other thing is, I think just continuing 14K names, Rivera Creative Solutions, and the new thing I'm gonna start doing is coaching. I want to coach businesses. So if you're a business out there and you want to know how to scale your business, I'd like to help you.
I'm good for now. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's a really necessary skill that a lot of businesses don't really understand, like where to even begin.
Yeah, for sure. I have a lot of people that hit me up these days, and they're just like, "Hey, like, can I get your advice?" And I always just tell them, "Hey, you know what? Let's go meet up for lunch or a drink, and I'll just sit there and listen to whatever challenge it is you have in your business or your idea, and just give some genuine, honest advice." That's all I want to do. I just have a passion for that, so that's what I want to do.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Are there any more topics that you definitely want to get off your chest?
Topics I want to get definitely off my chest. How many times have anyone interviewed you?
Ooh.
One time.
Yep.
In here, like on purpose or not on purpose?
No, I went on another podcast. Shout out David Armenta and Brad Doss, Lasting Legacy podcast.
Nice.
Fire.
Well, I wanna ask you what we have look forward in you.
What do you have to look forward in me?
He hits you with the Uno reverse card.
Exactly. Like hopefully I grow up to be a big, strong man. With, like lots
I'm eating all my broccoli.
Yeah. No, I mean, what do you have to look forward for me? Sheesh. Let me think. Really, just like more content. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Wait. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All videos. Thursday, Friday, live. I want to get up to 4. Like, I'm gonna start off with 2 hours of live content every week. I want to get up to 4 hours of live content every week. I want to get my live game up. Fucking get my streaming game up. All that shit.
Hell yeah.
What's the like the end goal for you?
My end goal is to fucking
Quit your job.
yeah. I don't even want to quit my job.
No.
I don't even have a job. No, I'm just kidding. What's a job? No, my end goal in life is to with Street Champs with my life.
Which you
You man.
Yeah.
You.
What's my end goal in my personal?
I mean, Street
being?
Champs is obviously a part of you.
Yeah.
But I just want to know about you.
Like I'm not even looking at it like that, bro. Like I'm enjoying every single interview that I'm having right now. I know every single interview is just more networking. Like I never would have met you if it wasn't for this,
Yeah.
Like I'm not really trying to. Oh, that light has been off this whole time. That light behind Daniel.
Should I turn it on?
No, I mean we're about to finish.
It's already dead ass battery.
No, it's but I don't even know. That's not really an end goal. I mean, I just want a podcast. I want to make content. I love to talk to people, and I don't want to keep going up, and I want to talk to people like. I want to you're an entrepreneur. I want to talk to people, like homeless people. I want to talk to like prostitutes and shit like that. Like I don't want to just talk to entrepreneurs. I want to talk to fucking everyone. So
Get people's stories.
So why is that? Like, why is that over? Like, you like made it over entrepreneurs.
what do you mean?
Like, you're like, I want to interview these type of people, not entrepreneurs.
I mean, because more people will relate to the struggle than the I made $1,000 a day, I made $1 million a day, whatever.
But that's not the end goal. I mean, you could do that now, right?
So
I mean, my end goal is just to be able to talk to more people without the worry of having to work a 9 to 5. Like, I just want to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about what tends to happen is a lot of people ask entrepreneurs questions and they get very like I'm successful type answers. But you'd be surprised on the amount of struggles that they go through to get that success. It always seems to be like overnight success, and it never is. I've never have met anyone that's an overnight success or followed anyone on social media that's overnight success. It might appear that way, but I've never seen that. So
Shout out to Clapper.
Yeah, shout out to him. I just heard his music tonight. But I bet you he was making music, for years before he
Since
went.
he was 7.
Yeah.
Guaranteed though. I swear, if you went back, I bet you he's been making music for a long time before he hit.
He's all, when I was 9, they said I was trash.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying though. Like I would just encourage you to ask people about those struggles. And ask people about, because like I said, I truly believe everyone has their fair share.
I mean, I feel like we got into it tonight. You don't feel like that?
Oh yeah, we did.
I think so. I mean, I do want to say though, like you were saying, is there anything else you want to talk about or whatever? I do want to clarify that, the earlier what I was talking about with Crumbs and Bricks, I love those dudes. I grew up with those dudes. No longer affiliated, no longer a part of it. Not proud of it at all, but I am 100% proud of going through that and being where I'm at. 100%. And I actually want to take those moments of my life and transcribe it into what later will be a book on teaching people on the hustler and gang mentality, to that the reality is that they already have the power and the knowledge of majority of the CEOs. So I've met CEOs and executives in the boardroom. I've sat in those meetings. And I've also sat in similar meetings with main people, I don't know how to word that, main people in the streets that are successful in their game. And
About those locals.
Big ballers.
something like that.
Hustlers.
And the meeting, the conversation is the same. The leadership is the same. The management style is the same. So these people actually have what majority of bachelor degree business management people don't have.
A business sense.
Yeah. They already developed a business sense. They know about profits. They know about how to manage and lead a team. However, they're just doing it in a negative way. And once they shift that focus and decide that they could harness all that energy into something positive, that they will be successful and they will be able to detach themselves from that old lifestyle. So eventually I want to start coaching about that, and I want to eventually write a book about that, about the hustler mindset, and in particular the street hustler mindset and how they're already positioned to win. They just need to believe in themselves to do it.
Straight up.
Wow. That's awesome, man. It's very
That
powerful.
is. That's dope. Yeah. That's cool. And that's a unique book concept.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's an early drop. I don't know. That's an early tease right there. I don't know if that's gonna come out in 4, 5, 10 years, but
Right.
that's what I want to do. That's what I think I could speak on the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I think it's really needed. My cat is like having a dream. Her tail is wagging. How funny. Yeah, is there? So, you definitely have to get that off your chest. Is there anything else that you need to just fucking? You said we didn't talk about the struggle enough.
I mean, we touched on it.
A little bit. Yeah.
I think there's definitely everybody has their own fair share.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about that. No matter rich, poor, anything, everyone has their fair share. It's just in different forms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone kind of creates problems if they don't have any. In a way, some people just don't create good problems.
Yeah, I think that's too. You have good problems, bad problems for sure.
Yeah.
Not specific though. Not specific. I wanted to get that out there for sure, for clear it up. Anybody wants advice on that type of stuff, feel free to hit me up.
Hell yeah.
100%. No matter what the circumstances, hit me up. I'd love to speak on something like that to somebody.
For sure. Hell yeah, man. All right, so do you want to tell the people where to find you and shout yourself out to the camera?
Yeah, so it's interesting. I got, 2 Instagrams. Jacob the Designer. You can see a lot of production, creative, brand, a lot of stuff having to do with Wake Up there. If you want to see more inspirational, more motivational, and specific to me, you would follow me at 14K Jacob. That's it. That's it.
Well, speaking on that, we were gonna have you two guys arm wrestle for the term the designer.
Is that? Hey man, I had that for like 2 years. I don't know how long you had that.
I moved back. I didn't live here for 5 years. I moved back and claimed that title, so I didn't even know about you.
Honestly, you know how I came up with that? When I first started at Wake Up, like it's like they like try to build you up as an influencer almost. It's like every one of the employees. So I'm like, they were trying to tag me and stuff, and all I had was my Instagram, which was full of a lot of old stuff from my past, which I wasn't proud of. So I was like, shit, I gotta go archive some stuff. So I archived some stuff. And then I created a new, well, actually I already had it, but it was Rivera Creative Solutions. But I wanted to make it more personalized. And the social media director at the time was like, hey, what do I tag you as? What do I tag you as? And I was like, Jacob the Designer. Just thought of it real quick. And then I went on my Instagram and changed it real quick just because I wasn't proud of what it was at the moment. So I changed it real quick. That's how I came up with the name. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fire. Fucking, yeah, I came up with my name just because I have a graphic design degree. So
yeah, that graphic design degree? From where?
Fort Lewis College.
Dope.
Yeah.
Graphic designers. Hey, if you ever want to talk about graphic design and brand designing, you know, I'd love to.
Facts all the time, bro. You know, I do everything here at Street Champs except for I guess all the talking.
Except for all the talking.
Yeah, but all the design, all the editing, all that shit. Leaving the light off, that's me.
Yeah. I think it died in the middle of the thing or
Did
something.
I don't think
turned off.
It's definitely plugged into the wall, so it didn't die.
Yeah, maybe you just didn't have it on the whole time.
Yeah.
How funny. But all right, guys. So is that the only place they could find you? Just your Instagram?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Eventually we'll have a podcast. Eventually, you know, I just decided right now, in the middle of this interview, Taking the Leap is a podcast that's going to happen.
Straight up.
So you guys can go follow that too.
That'll be linked on his Insta.
Yeah. We'll link it up to this YouTube. Can I do that? Can I send you the links to everything?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. And shout out to you guys. Appreciate you guys having me. You guys are good hosts.
You know,
dope hanging out with you guys.
You know, it's what we do. It's what we do.
For sure.
Hell yeah. Daniel, you want to shout yourself out?
Yeah, check out my YouTube, Daniel Ridgeway. Yeah, that's about all.
That's about all, folks. All right, guys. This has been Street Champs. Thanks so much for listening. Jacob the Designer, Deryk the Designer, Manpa, Big Bear Wine and Liquors, Rocky Mountain Blaze. Videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Subscribe on Patreon now. Fucking Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, all that shit. All right, guys. Peace.